independent, you can't name a title.
We're the land of the free.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's Saturday night and live on 2. DA, it's all your... Well, seems like they are. Thanks, DA. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Gasol.
And suddenly his feel for the three-point shot has left him. It's been a tough go the past 5 games. The percentage from long range not close to what it was earlier, but he's not going to give up on it, and he'll try to get it going here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Lowry and Powell, the guard. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Mavericks, Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at power forward.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Lowry. Fires the 3. That shot off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
And this game will be half of the contest they'll play against each other this year.
It's an interesting matchup. 2 teams that don't know each other all that well. Separate conferences. We'll see which one can dictate the pace early. There is so much to love about Kristaps Porzingis. Over 7 feet, sweet shooting jumper, but aggression. This guy will back down from no one.
And Doncic gets it to go.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
And the Raptors off to a slow start. 6-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
I think, Greg, if you get out-rebounded...
Oh! Wow.
From the moment this guy stepped into the league, Luka Doncic has been aggressive and assertive. He just attacks defenders.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Passes it to Johnson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And the dunk by Doncic.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now here is Lowry. Brunson covering. Siakam against Porzingis. Johnson, that's for 2. Mavericks with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Curry comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Barea subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Johnson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Norman Powell. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shots of the night here. Out of Würzburg, Germany, undrafted Maxi Kleber with a strong start, Doris, to his career.
Incredible to think he grows up in the same small town as Dirk Nowitzki, and he first meets Dirk when he's 12 years old. What an amazing story for them to become teammates on the Mavericks. So cool.
Ibaka, the pass to VanVleet. Here's the three. Powell pulls it in. And so it's Barea with it. They'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Here's Kleba. Banked in off the glass.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
1:37 left here in the opening quarter. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
Well, an aggressive Pascal Siakam is a dangerous Pascal Siakam. Nicely done.
Powell kicks to Curry. Dallas moving it around. Here's Kleba, knocked loose and stolen by Siakam. Here's Anunoby, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
You have got to take care of the basketball if Mr. Pascal Siakam is around. This guy uses length to create turnovers.
Outside Curry, back to Kleba. Powell trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Ibaka. Raptors trail by 6. Here's Anunoby, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Pass to Brokaw. Barea kicks to Curry. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleba. Jackson comes in for Ryan Brokaw. And it's Lee in for J.J. Barea. Here's Powell trying to get open as Marjanovic. The shot by Powell, no good. Raptors trail by 3. And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. "19 seconds left to play here in the first. Curry with the steal.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
And the dunk by Powell.
You have got to commend Powell on his positioning. I'll tell you, he buries himself deep, and he's going to sky for that slam dunk.
And Gasol gets it to go.
You know, you have to use the bounce pass in that instance to make the catch easier.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Marc Gasol so appreciated by his fans, and certainly a lot of...
Just fun. You see more fans on the stands. They speak Spanish, even they're from Spain.
And great to see so many different cultures and countries embrace the game.
Yes, and with players like Gasol having so much success, I think it helps give those Latino and Spanish-speaking fans a connection to the NBA.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Lee. Powell is out there with Marjanovic. And there's Seth Curry. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Luka Doncic comes in for Seth Curry. Then for the Raptors, Johnson, he's checked in for Anunoby. Norman Powell comes in for Thomas. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred VanVleet. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as much as 10. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Well, what you love about Serge Ibaka, yes, he has tremendous size and reach and great athleticism, but he plays his role to a T.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Jackson. And Barea subbed in for Lee. The Mavericks have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse, so well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto? This guy has shown his worth in his first season as a head coach in the NBA. It translates to a title. Absolutely incredible. Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Here's Doncic. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Doncic has got 8.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And Coach Nick Nurse paid some dues, Doris, before his turn as head coach of this Toronto team.
Well, think about it. Early in his career, he's a player coach in the British Basketball League. Then he goes and establishes a G League franchise in his home state of Iowa. Then to lead that team to a title in 2011, join another G League team for the Raptors and win a title in 2013. Really an incredible journey, guys.
Johnson. Nice D from Porzingis.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
And it's blocked. Now here's Powell. He's covered closely. Ibaka, no luck.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
To the inside. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Johnson finds Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. 5 points in the game.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Here is Lowry. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Johnson outside, shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. From down in the low post, it goes. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
To the middle, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, there's an awareness that's required to be a good passer, and Kyle Lowry, he has it.
Doncic against Johnson, and finished off by Doncic.
A move straight out of the circus. It's showtime.
Yeah, that might be too wild, in fact, Greg, for the circus.
Well, for his coach, perhaps, Kev, holding his breath because of the spectacle, and partly because he doesn't want him to miss.
And the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Dallas leading by 4. Down low for Zingis. Good D by Siakam. Doncic against Powell. Johnson outside. Offensive rebound. And Ibaka slams it in.
Kev, we know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And Ibaka can really get up on these lob attempts. Great at finishing strong when he's near the rim.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action after this word.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He had a very shaky performance in their last game, but it has not affected him at all tonight. What a tremendous first half he played. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played? And that's...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Nick Nurse as we get into the second half. Lowry and Powell, the guards. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Ibaka in at the 3 spot. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Toronto trailing. Bounce pass from Lowry. Back to Gasol. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, not much you can do there defensively. Marc Gasol, just too much size to stop from that range.
Doncic against Ibaka. Porzingis. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Doris, one of the biggest free agent signings in years. LeBron James going to the Lakers. What did you think of his first season with L.A.?
Well, when you're LeBron James, perhaps no athlete in the history of the NBA has borne the weight of expectation as much as LeBron. So if there's anything short of a playoff appearance, there's disappointment. But what I would say is, through Christmas Day and his first real injury that he had to endure, LeBron was playing like an MVP. We are talking about one of the greatest to ever do it. I expect them to turn things around in Lakerland this year.
I agree with you, and I agree on your prediction. Count it, good. And that's 20 points for Luka Doncic.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Raptors trail by 4. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Shot from the inbound. Here's Gasol. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I love when Marc Gasol is putting pressure on the defense, actively looking to score, and getting the defender to make a mistake.
Toronto shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Both good from the line that time. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 3-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
And you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, a Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole. Kevin, that's what made him. From Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Well, if you allow Hardaway to get near the rim, this is what's going to happen. This guy is a fantastic finisher.
Siakam with it, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Mavericks leading by 5. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Luka Doncic is in distinguished company because his game is so far advanced for his age.
1:58 left to play in the third. And the pass to Anunoby. Thomas against Hardaway. Ball's knocked loose. A slam dunk by Thomas.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for Thomas.
And in their history, the Dallas Mavericks have never moved up in the draft, and they needed to do so this summer to keep their pick.
Well, you think about it, Greg, they went into it with a little over a 26% chance to move up into the top 4. That did not happen. The Hawks collecting that 10th pick from the Luka Doncic trade.
Van Vliet passes to Gasol. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Baseline J on the way, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Anunoby. 1:02 left in the third quarter. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. They trail by 7. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And last season, the first ever NBA Finals for the Toronto Raptors.
What a tremendous run, Greg. Think about it. In the Eastern Conference Finals, they go down 0-2 before winning 4 straight to close out the Bucks. And forget about the city of Toronto. The entire country of Canada was on fire for Raptors basketball. And how do they reward them? NBA championship. You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably number 1. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
Here's Brokaw. He's guarded by Johnson. A nice shot by Brokaw.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now here is Lowry. 9 points in the game so far. This one for 3. And again, no good by Toronto. Kleba, the pass to Marjanovic. Outside Curry. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's Dallas up by 4. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got J.J. Barea. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. And there's Seth Curry. And it's Finney Smith in at small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Raptors trail by 6. It's stolen by Barea. And here we go. Fast break. Barea's got it. Here's Marjanovic. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 4 assists in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Lowry inside the line. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Marjanovic has got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. Gasol wide open. He fires. Misses off the right iron.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Curry. The Raptors also with a sub. Siakam is checked in for Marc Gasol. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Raptors trail by 8. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Pass to Lowry. Ibaka. This is to Lowry. Johnson kicks to Ibaka. Powell inside. Guarded by Hardaway. The shot by Powell, no good.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. They get...
Timeout.
Well, that's the incredible leaping ability from Dwight Powell. Just jams it home.
And the Raptors call time here. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Boy, he's been relentless. And to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thanks, David. Now, Siakam. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 6. He kicks to Lowry. The Raptors need to get a shot off to end the run. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one is off. And Toronto making a change here. Gasol's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
And Kyle Lowry, Doris, never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
And the first one at the line is good.
What a college career for Jalen Brunson. 2 championships and a Wooden Award. This is one of the most decorated players in college basketball history.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Powell. And so he makes both from the line. And Brunson, the College Player of the Year back in 2018, fell to the second round. Doris, when you look at that time, why did he fall?
I think it had everything to do with the fact that he's not an elite athlete by NBA standards. But we know unequivocally Jalen Brunson is a winner. His father played a decade in the NBA. This young man has been around the game since his formative years, and you can see it in his game.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. And he uses the glass on the layup.
But it's almost a sure thing when Kyle Lowry decides to drive hard to the cup. What a tremendous finisher on the move.
Hardaway kicks to Brunson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Porzingis. Gasol with the steal.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Dallas.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Luka Doncic.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And he lays it straight in. Doncic has got 32 points in the game.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you. Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.